Sorry, that's what this water is for. Nah, I need my food.
Are you ready?
Yes. Nah, yeah.
The make.
Yeah, it's a lot of good trainers, but I went with the best trainer that fits me.
Mm-hmm. It's a million different balance, right?
Yeah, it's a big difference. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you know that.
It's a big difference.
3 years. The last time everybody seen you in the ring, there's, I guess, you just said yourself, like, you didn't have to come back to boxing, but it's just something that you wanted to do. How have you prepared yourself mentally, for this fight versus Tszyu?
Just training to my best ability, training hard, focusing, listening to my coach, and just getting back down to the basics and what got me here.
This is where the excitement really builds, as speculation across Australia suggests Gervonta Davis could make an unexpected appearance at Errol Spence's training camp before fight night. Nothing has been confirmed, but the buzz would explode if Tank suddenly stepped into the gym. With both champions now focused on the final stage of preparation, keeping every detail under wraps has become a top priority. That's exactly why Davis has kept sparring sessions completely away from the cameras, while the quiet confidence surrounding his team speaks volumes about how prepared he appears for the challenge ahead.
Hey, you have fun, ain't you?
Knowing what I can do and knowing that what I want to do, I don't see him coming back anytime soon or ever. Outside the ring is nothing but respect. I respect his legacy. I respect him as a person. I respect his humility and things like that. But once that bell rings, once you get in the ring, all the respect goes out the window. And, it's a young line on the old line, and I'm finna take his kingdom.
And when you have a chance to make it out, it gives you that different look on life. It make you dream bigger than just your small town or your hard times that you've been through. It's crazy to me that who would know I would be that guy. I knew I'd be big, but I never knew that I would be like the guy that actually break them doors.
Social media would erupt within minutes if it happened, and from a motivational perspective, the idea makes complete sense. Tank and Spence have long shown mutual respect, so having one of boxing's biggest names present during camp could raise the energy, sharpen the focus, and add even more intensity as fight night approaches. Just imagine the atmosphere if he suddenly walked into the gym.
Calvin believed in me. Calvin believed in me no matter what. That's what was the important piece of me staying focused and I know I have somebody that's counting on me. Calvin was making sure that I was on the right track. And whoever go against me, Calvin was standing beside me. You know what I mean? Calvin was that guy that had my back for sure.
That's what we do. Get ready for this.
Spence is pushing through the final phase of camp while Ronnie Shields directs every round with precision. Then imagine Gervonta Davis standing at ringside, studying every exchange, sharing a few pointers, keeping the mood light, and reinforcing the mindset that defines elite champions. Even without stepping into the ring, his presence alone could become one of the biggest storylines of Fight Week. For now, though, it remains pure speculation since neither camp has confirmed anything. Still, boxing fans know how quickly these rumors gain momentum. A single photo, a brief video, or even an airport sighting can ignite non-stop conversation, and the timing has only fueled the buzz.
What's training look like for camp to tail it off and get it ready in Australia? Do you have a gym here already organised and everything rolling?
Well, actually, we have a few people been contacting us about it, so we'll sit down tonight and figure out what's best for us.
What do you want to see from Errol in this fight? Obviously the W is most important, but what sort of performance?
I just want Errol to be Errol. Just want him to be himself, not pushing him to be anything other than who he is. And, he's going to do what he know how to do. So, we feel confident that that's going to be enough to win.
Can he knock Tim Tszyu out?
Well, I've never trained a guy to go into a fight thinking he's going to knock somebody out. That would be that would be against my training will to do that. This fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. That's what we train for.
Spence is entering the closing stretch of training as Ronnie Shields keeps every session sharp and focused. Now picture Gervonta Davis observing from ringside, breaking down the action, offering valuable insight, adding a few lighthearted moments, and bringing the presence of a proven champion to the gym. Without even taking part in a round, his appearance could instantly become one of the biggest headlines of Fight Week. At this stage, however, it's only speculation, with no official word from either camp. Even so, boxing fans know that one photo, a quick video clip, or a simple airport sighting can send excitement soaring, and the timing has only intensified the conversation.
And obviously the experience to be in Australia and fight overseas, you've done that, the UK with Kell Brook. And how do you think this experience will be?
Oh, the experience will be dope. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. It's going to be a dope event. And, I'm something I've been used to. Even when I was in the amateurs, I fought overseas a lot. So it's not something that I'm unfamiliar with at all. So I'm going to take it all in, enjoy the whole process. And, when I come out, hopefully everybody won't boo me and put on the...
And if the talk about Gervonta Davis possibly visiting camp has already raised the excitement, Shakur Stevenson has added even more fuel to the anticipation by making his position unmistakably clear. There was no hesitation and no carefully crafted prediction to satisfy both sides. Shakur openly backed Errol Spence, and that carries weight because elite fighters often recognize the subtle qualities that others overlook. He praised Spence's mental resilience and described him as someone who thrives under pressure, a trait that has consistently been one of Errol's greatest strengths throughout his career.
Oh, Errol Spence. Errol Spence is back. Yeah. Fighting Tim Tszyu, been on first fight since fight with 2023 with Bud. How you feeling about that?
I think he's gonna do good. I wish Errol the best. I hope Errol go in there and beat Tim Tszyu up. I'm a Errol Spence fan. I was cool with Errol Spence, especially before that Bud fight a long time ago. He was a cool dude, so I'm with Errol Spence. I want Errol Spence to posture.
Skills can change, and timing can disappear on any given night, but Spence's relentless determination and refusal to back down have helped him overcome some of the toughest challenges of his career. Still, it would be a mistake to dismiss Tim Tszyu simply because another champion has chosen Spence as the favorite. In fact, he may welcome that doubt. The more respected voices that rally behind Spence, the greater the chance for Tim to silence the critics and completely shift the narrative. That is exactly what makes this matchup so compelling. This is not a story about an unstoppable fighter facing an easy opponent. It is a clash between two competitors with something to prove while the boxing world remains divided.
And that fight is over in Australia too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think I don't think Tim Tszyu could beat Earl.
Yeah.
Like I know Earl is mentally tough. Earl is a dog when it comes to fighting. So I don't think Tim Tszyu could beat him.
One group is backing Spence's experience, resilience, and championship background, while the other believes Tissu's recent momentum, activity, and home advantage could create the difference. What stands out about Shakur's take is that it was built around mindset rather than bold predictions or dramatic headlines. He was not guaranteeing a quick finish or making a flashy statement. He simply believes Spence has a different level of focus when the pressure reaches its peak. That perspective carries meaning because it comes from someone who knows what elite competition demands. But this is the reality: predictions cost nothing, and the ring tells the truth. When that opening bell sounds, no fighter gains an advantage because a champion chose their side. Spence still has to show the time away has not slowed him down, and Tszyu still has to prove he belongs at this level. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this fight impossible to ignore.
But it goes to show that sometimes it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's how you lose that makes the difference, right? And sometimes how you win that keeps you off of fights. But, I think this, and Errol Spence, who was highly regarded going into the Keith Thurman, into the Crawford fight. And now you see what Crawford did. You realize, wow, Crawford's really that good. He's that. Maybe we underestimated him because he's really that good. So what he did to Spence might not appear as such a big surprise.
After hearing so many fighters choose a side, it was refreshing to hear Russ Amber shift the focus back to what truly makes this matchup so intriguing. He was not interested in making a simple prediction because, as Russ explained, the unanswered questions are what make the fight so compelling. And that is the reality. If the outcome was already obvious, fans would not be waiting with this much excitement. Russ also highlighted something about Errol Spence that many people overlook. The more Terence Crawford continues to prove his elite status, the more that previous result changes in perspective. Sometimes time has a way of reshaping how we view a fighter's journey. Then Russ turned his attention to Tim Tszyu, reminding everyone that setbacks do not define an entire career. He pointed to major battles like the Fonder War and the Backroom fight, showing how those moments helped build Tszyu rather than simply becoming marks on his record. That is the nature of boxing. Sometimes a fighter walks away from a defeat with something even more valuable than a victory: respect. What stood out most was Russ refusing to exaggerate what nobody can know until the fighters settle it themselves.
They got worries, man. And the worries are the following, bro. Errol looks too calm. He looks too calm. He looks too happy. He looks too at peace. He looks like he's still out there on that island, man. He looks like he's still out there in Jamaica with his pops on that farm that land that they built, man. He just looks like his eyes are just far off into the future. I just do not get a sense that, he's coming in there, that he doesn't give the vibe of just animal mode vibe.
At this point, the talking is almost over. The predictions have been delivered, the speculation has taken over, the experts have shared their opinions, and both teams believe they have done everything possible to prepare. Now there is only one thing left: fight night. Will Errol Spence complete one of the most remarkable comeback stories in boxing, or will Tim Tszyu protect his home advantage and prove that this is the moment he has been waiting for? The answer is coming soon. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Who takes the victory, and what does the winning performance look like? Share your prediction in the comments because this matchup has everything needed to divide the boxing world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Fight Circuit for more fight coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.